This is for educational use only. Our group has permission for our instructor, Mr. Roldan Ardines, to use this as educational material. LO 14.3 Articulate a personal definition of global citizenship. LO 144 Appreciate the ethical obligations of global citizenship. Global citizenship. Definition of global citizenship. The ethical obligations of global citizenship. Articulate a personal definition of global citizenship and appreciate the ethical obligations of global citizenship. Analyze the global movements of people and display first-hand knowledge of the experiences of OFWS in the views of the following: 1. Political, 2. Economic, 3. Cultural, and 4. Social factors.
Good day, everyone. In today's globalized world where countries are more interconnected than ever through technology, trade, and migration, our roles as individuals are no longer limited to our own nation. This brings us to the concept of global citizenship. As people become more connected, our responsibilities also expand beyond borders. In this presentation, we will define global citizenship, explore its ethical obligations, and analyze how it is reflected in real-life experiences, particularly through overseas Filipino workers or OFWs.
Definition of global citizenship. Global citizenship refers to the idea that a person is not only a citizen of their country but also member of global community. It involves being aware of global issues, understanding cultural differences, and recognizing our actions can impact people across the world. A global citizen does not think only locally, but also globally, considering the well-being of others regardless of nationality.
What is global citizenship? It involves the awareness that the world is connected as one, and that the individual members that make up the world are also connected as citizens of the world's humanity. Rapid globalization has brought the world closer. Exchanges between countries are more frequent, and the stories of people on the other side of the earth are now the stories of our neighbors. The world is becoming one global village. Similarly, political, economic, and social issues of the modern world are now beyond any one nation's ability to solve. To address these issues, we need to feel a sense of common responsibility and look for solutions together as global citizens. The term citizen implies a person's right to participate politically in a city or country. Combined with the term global, the person's identity is expanded beyond geographical and political boundaries. This means that a global citizen's responsibilities or rights are derived from being a member of the human race. Aristotle, the father of political science, said, "A good citizen must have the ability and wisdom to govern, moderation and prudence, and knowledge of what is right." Extending this concept to a global citizen, the global citizen is someone who possesses the wisdom and morality to govern the world righteously. The founders of the Sunna Peace Prize, Reverend Sung Myung Moon and Dr. Hak Jahan Moon, proposed early on their vision of peace, one family under God. It is a vision that the world should live together as a family practicing God's love. How can we create such a world of peace? Let's take a moment to look at our reality. As the 20th century came to a close, people were full of expectations for a world of peaceful coexistence among global citizens. But how is the 21st century? Although national barriers are lower than ever before, the great powers' interests still take priority in international politics. Transnational capital has caused inequalities on a global level, and there are endless regional conflicts and constant threat of deadly terrorism. The expectations for the role of the nation are on the rise. we are seeing a revival of nationalism. What can we do for a world of peace? We need to raise our future generations as global citizens who can help foster humanity.
Expanded explanation. In simpler terms, global citizenship is about thinking beyond borders. It means understanding that we are all connected in one way or another through the economy, environment, culture, and society. Because of this connection, our action, whether big or small, can influence others. This awareness encourages individuals to act responsibly, not just for personal benefit, but for greater good of the global community.
Good day, everyone. Now I will explain the ethical obligations. Being a global citizen comes with ethical responsibilities. One of these is respect for human rights, treating all individuals with dignity and fairness, regardless of their background. Another is environmental responsibility. As global citizens, we must take care of the environment, knowing that environmental issues affect the entire world, not just one country.
Today, I'm going to talk about ethical obligation. In addition, global citizens must practice cultural sensitivity by respecting different beliefs, tradition, and ways of life. There is also a responsibility to promote social justice and equality by standing against discrimination and unfair treatment. Lastly, global citizens are expected to stay informed and actively participate in addressing global issues.
Personal definition. For us, global citizenship means being aware, responsible, and compassionate beyond borders. It is about recognizing that our actions can affect others, even those in different countries, and choosing to act in ways that promote respect and fairness. It also means being open-minded and willing to understand different perspectives in an increasingly connected world.
Transition to OFWs. One clear example of global citizenship in action is the global movement of people, especially overseas Filipino workers or OFWs. In today's interconnected world, many Filipinos work abroad in search of better opportunities. This movement is influenced by global demand for labor and stronger connections between countries. OFWs are part of a global workforce, contributing their skills beyond their home country. Their experiences show how globalization creates both opportunities and challenges in people's lives.
Political and economic factors. From a political perspective, government policy and international agreements play a major role in the lives of OFWs. This determines their rights, protection, and working conditions abroad. Economically, many Filipinos choose to work overseas due to limited opportunities and lower wages in the Philippines. Their remittance significantly support their families and contribute to the national economic.
Cultural and social factors. Culturally, OFWs experience new traditions, language, and lifestyle in foreign countries. While this can be challenging, it also allows for cultural exchange and personal growth. Socially, working abroad often means being away from family, which can be emotionally difficult. However, their sacrifice often lead to better opportunities and improved quality of life for their loved ones.
In conclusion, global citizenship reminds us that we are all part of larger global community. The experience of OFWs highlight how interconnected the world has become, shaped by political, economic, cultural, and social factors. By understanding these realities, we can become more responsible, aware, and compassionate individuals, not just as citizens of our country, but as citizens of the world.